strongest prehistoric bears species. The Kodiak bear and polar bear are the largest land carnivores on Earth today, but the legacy of massive bears stretches far beyond the present. In prehistoric times, even larger and more powerful bears roamed the Earth. These ancient monsters didn't just rival modern bears, they completely overshadowed them, dominating their habitats with incredible strength. Arctotherium angustans, commonly known as the South American short-faced bear, Arctotherium angustans was an imposing giant that dominated its ecosystem during the early Pleistocene epoch. As the apex predator of its time, this bear exerted significant control over its environment, compelling contemporary predators to forfeit their kills without resistance. Despite exhibiting scavenging behaviors, Arctotherium angustans was also a highly effective hunter. To this day, no other land-dwelling mammalian carnivore has surpassed its size. The discovery of its largest specimen in Buenos Aires in 2011 revealed an estimated weight of up to 5,300 pounds or 2,400 kilograms, rivaling the size of a theropod dinosaur like Allosaurus. More conservative estimates place its weight around 3,600 pounds or 1,760 kilograms. It stood as tall as 14 feet (4.3 meters) on its hind legs. The bear's robust build and long legs suggest it was surprisingly agile for its size, capable of running at speeds similar to a grizzly bear, up to 60 kilometers per hour or 40 miles per hour. Although exact bite force measurements remain unknown, its massive skull and powerful jaws were well adapted for consuming large herbivores such as horses, ground sloths, and glyptodonts. The skull's broad muzzle and deep jaw structure provided exceptional leverage, enabling Arctotherium angustans to deliver devastating bites effectively. Arctotherium Simus. Just as Arctotherium angustans dominated South America, Arctotherium Simus ruled North America between 2.5 million and 11,000 years ago. This giant short-faced bear likely used its immense size to intimidate fierce predators like smilodons and dire wolves. Standing over 3 meters (9.8 feet) tall on its hind legs, Arctotherium was a beast of unparalleled proportions, averaging around 2,000 pounds (900 kilograms) and reaching up to 1.3 tons, according to some estimates. This huge bear could shatter bones to access the nutrient-rich marrow inside, while its sharp senses made it an adept hunter and scavenger. The strength of its forelimbs has long been a topic of debate. Some researchers argue that its forelimbs were not as powerful as those of modern brown bears or large cats, which may have limited its ability to grapple with large prey. Other studies suggest its forelimbs were better adapted for scavenging rather than active hunting, raising questions about its capacity to capture and kill large animals. Nevertheless, the overwhelming size and brute strength of Arctotherium simus would have made it nearly impossible for competitors to mount an effective defense. The sheer force of this giant bear was likely enough to overpower most adversaries with ease. Ursus spelaeus, cave bear. The cave bear was built to survive and thrive in some of the harshest conditions Earth has ever known. With a robust skeletal frame and rippling muscle mass, it stood as one of the most fearsome beasts of its time. Male cave bears typically weighed between 770 to 1,320 pounds or 350 to 600 kilograms, though the largest individuals reached a staggering 2,200 pounds or 1,000 kilograms. When standing on its hind legs, the cave bear could stretch over 3.5 meters, 11.5 feet, presenting a towering presence that few predators dared to challenge. Its limbs were pillars of strength, evolved not only to support its massive weight, but also to dig through frozen earth for roots or carve out dens for hibernation. Though primarily herbivorous, with teeth specialized for grinding tough vegetation, the cave bear wasn't strictly a plant eater. Evidence of scavenging and a pre-hibernation shift toward protein consumption suggests it had a more opportunistic diet. Its jaws, designed for crushing and grinding, could handle both fibrous plants and bone with ease. Despite being generally less aggressive than contemporaries like Arctotherium or Arctotus, the cave bear was no pushover. Opportunistic predators such as cave lions or hyenas learned the hard way that this Ice Age giant was more than capable of defending itself. Extinct for over 24,000 years, the cave bear remains one of the most iconic symbols of Ice Age megafauna. Agriotherium Africanum. Agriotherium Africanum was a massive apex predator that once roamed Africa, commanding the landscape with its sheer size and power. These giants could grow up to 2 meters, 7 feet in length, and tip the scales at an impressive 1,650 pounds or 750 kilograms, rivaling even the largest polar bears of today. What made this bear deadly wasn't just its size. Its greatest weapon was its mouth, a death trap equipped with jaws capable of generating a bite force exceeding 4,500 newtons, nearly double that of modern polar and grizzly bears. With jaws built for destruction and a skull designed for crushing, Agriotherium Africanum had the tools to tear through bone with ease. Its canines were perfectly suited for ripping flesh, while its molars suggested a more versatile diet, allowing it to adapt to whatever the environment offered. This adaptability made it a fearsome predator capable of hunting massive prey, such as juvenile elephants, stegodonts, hippos, and rhinos. It didn't shy away from scavenging either, often seizing carcasses from smaller carnivores. For 8 million years, Agriotherium africanum thrived as one of Africa's most dominant carnivores. However, its reign ended around 3.6 million years ago. Thank you for watching. Be sure to stay tuned for my next video.